everyone. Hi. Hello everyone. Welcome fast for the exam analysis. Everyone, those who have cleared the paper, kindly post the questions. Everyone post the questions fast. Hi. Students are waiting. Post your marks also as well as your questions. Post your marks also as well as the questions also. Hi everyone. See, I've got few questions. Hello, those who are waiting for the questions, I've got few questions. See, first question was on, I'll give you the answer also. Huh? First question was on DSIB. DSIB, okay? DSIB, first question was on DSIB. There was one question on DSIB. See this. Some leverage ratio was asked, minimum leverage ratio. Minimum leverage ratio for DSIB was asked in one of the papers. Minimum leverage ratio for DSIB. One sec. Chalo. DSIB minimum leverage ratio. One sec. Minimum leverage ratio. Leverage ratio for DSIB was asked. Domestically, systemically important banks. Okay, so this was one question. So it is 4%. Kindly note, 4%. That is the answer. DSIB. Okay, others also. I've got 2-3 questions. 3-4 somebody has posted already. Also you post your marks. Okay, also you post your marks. DSIB was one question. Then usually quoted by exchange rate. There was a question on exchange rate also. Exchange rate are usually quoted by delivery of currency. Means exchange rate, there was a question. Can anyone elaborate on this? Exchange rate question. Delivery of currency. Delivery of currency, that was one question. Delivery of currency, exchange rate. Exchange rates are usually quoted by delivery of currency. Which currency? Exchange rates are quoted. The question is not clear actually. Quoted by. Here, it's either exchange rate, I'll give you the answer. It's either the direct rate or indirect rate. Okay? The answer is either direct rate or indirect rate. So exchange rates are generally quoted by direct rate or indirect rate. Anyone having the specific question? Those who are there in the batch, those who have given the paper, kindly cover. One question was on operational risk. I'll tell you what was the exact question. Operational risk was, basic indicator. The question was on basic indicator approach on operational risk. So kindly remember the basic indicator approach is 15%. BIA, operational risk. Okay, it is 15%. 15%, that is the factor. Okay, 15%. 15% of your total average 3 years gross profit. 15% of average 3 years gross profit. Gross profit. Okay. That also only positive. Huh? Kindly note, positive gross profit. If it's a loss, you don't have to take it in account. Okay. Then there was one question on BPV. BPV definitely is there. BPV calculations. There was a question on BPV. Now, can anyone pose a specific question on BPV? Let me see if somebody has posted BPV question. What was it? BPV. There was a case study. See this. This case study was no. BPP question, yeah, I've got this now. Terminal question, yeah. I've got this now. BPV question was find the BPV. That was asked. Find the BPV. Basis point valuation. Find the BPV. Here, finding the BPV is always easy. Okay, what is finding the BPV? It is change in the price upon change in the interest rate. Okay, change in the price upon change in the interest rate. That is the meaning of BPV. Kindly note this, everyone. Change in price delta P upon delta I. What is the change in the interest rate? It is same as your this modified duration. Okay, modified duration and BPV are same. Only modified duration is for 1%, BPV is for 0.01%. That is the only difference. Then next question was on repetition risk. One question was asked on repetition risk. Negative publicity means due to negative publicity what goes, means which risk is in problem. Negative publicity. Negative publicity is negative publicity. You have reputation risk. Reputation risk. Okay. Negative publicity is reputation risk. Got it? Take this, everyone. There was one question on this. Second, anything else? Let me see. I'm getting few more. Was there a question on this basis risk? Okay, TCS. Was there a question on TCS now? TCS. Everyone, those who have given the exam. Was there a question on TCS, tax collected at source, and what was the type of question? Anyone remembers? Was the TCS percentage given, or what did you take then? Was there some hint regarding the TCS percentage? Everyone, TCS. Any question on TCS? In the meantime, I've got one question. One question was on, this was on basis risk. One question was asked on basis risk. Basis risk, the question was, let me see. Basis risk, the question was, question. Yeah. See, change in the risk was asked. Change in different magnitudes. Different magnitudes. So that is basically basis risk only. Different magnitudes. Okay. Change in different magnitude or different proportion. That is basis risk. Basis risk. Okay. Few more. Let me see. What was it? One question was on status holder exporter write-off. How much is allowed? Status holder exporter write-off. How much is allowed? There was one question on this. Status holder exporter. How much of the status holder exporter write-off is allowed? So kindly note it's 10%. Status holder exporter write-off is 10%. There was one question on this. Status holder exporter write-off was asked. Second, you post the question. Everyone post your marks as well as post the question. Post your marks and post your question. Everyone post the question and post the marks also. For others to benefit. See, everyone should benefit. Right? Then one question was on volatility. This I had taken in the YT also and in the class also. Volatility means what? Volatility means what? This was one question. Means what? Volatility means what? That was the question. Means defined as. After all, it's like this. Volatility is defined as what? So volatility is square root of variance. So it will be deviation. It will be standard deviation. Standard deviation. Okay, that will be standard deviation. Anything else? Others, kindly post the questions, dear. All of you, kindly post the questions. Then I'm getting few more. One of the student has posted. Students, kindly post which. This was one question. Question was on REROC, ROE and ROA. REROC, ROE and ROA. Which is better? Which is better? REROC or ROE or ROA? Here, frankly speaking, no one is better. Okay? No one is better. Here, everyone has its own meaning and its own importance. So you can't say ROA is better, ROE is better, ROC is better. You can't say anything like this. This is actually, to be frank, a wrong logic. But as it is asked in the question, you can't do anything. So in that case, what will we do? I'll give you the answer is REROC. REROC is better. Frankly, I don't believe in this because ROE is also equally important. ROA is also equally important. Okay? But then also, if it comes for you in the exam, kindly type REROC. Okay? Next. Risk management committee was asked. Risk management committee. This I had taken in the classes also. Committee. There are basically, remember, the top level is board of directors. Below them is RMCB, Risk Management Committee to board. Below that, there are three committees. Okay, BOD, then RMCB, and below that there are three committees. Okay, ALCO, CRMC, and ORMC. So there was one question on this, committees, risk management committees. And yeah. Next. One more was there. Let me see. Let me get more questions. Tier 2 was asked. Tier 2 capital. Tier 2 capital maximum amount. That is very easy. Na? We have taken this so many times. T2 maximum amount. T2 max. So that is equal to what? T1. T2 max equals to T1. T2 cannot be greater than T1, isn't it? So T2 max is T1. Then upper tier 2 was asked. Upper tier 2. There was one question on upper tier 2. Kindly note. Upper tier 2. This I had taken in the marathon. Upper tier 2. Okay. Upper tier 2. That was asked. Upper tier 2 means those bonds which are having long-term duration. Means PCP. Perpetual cumulative preference shares. Perpetual cumulative preference shares are upper tier 2 and perpetual non-cumulative preference shares are tier 1. Okay. And what is it in lower tier 2? Now this was not asked. Lower tier 2. See, upper tier 2 is this. Bonds with longer duration or any commitment with longer duration. What is there in lower tier 2? If they ask you now, see here, first batch was upper tier 2. So now they'll be asking you lower tier 2. So lower tier 2 way means any commitment up to 3 years. Generally these loans, subordinate loans up to 3 years, they take it in lower tier 2. Lower tier 2, subordinate loans up to 3 years. They take it in lower tier 2 and upper tier 2 bonds with longer commitments. Okay, that is one. Then there was one question on NII and NIM calculation. Escrow was also asked. Escrow falls under which business line? So what were the options? Escrow falls under which business line? It is basically current account. Escrow is a current account. Why? Because escrow doesn't give you any interest. Kindly note. Escrow will never give you any interest. It is a current account. So escrow falls under which business line? Which business line? So that is current account, CA. If the option is given current account, then current account. Okay. Then one question was on NII and NIM calculation. NII and NIM. So that's very easy. NII and NIM. That's very easy because NIM means what? See, what is NII? Difference between loan interest average. Loan interest minus deposit interest. Okay, that is NII. And what is NIM? NIM means NII divided by assets. Assets. Yielding assets. Assets means basically loans. Loans and bonds which you have purchased. Okay? Got it? Escrow falls under which business line? Correct. This falls under current account. Okay? It's here. Depending on the option I am saying. I have not got the options. Only question I have got it. As per the question, escrow is the current account. But if the options are different, then even I don't know what the answers are given over there. If you have the options, give me, I will give you the correct exact answer. Because escrow account I had opened in my bank many times. It's a current account. Okay. So next. What was the next question? Main. Tier 1 capital and CET1 including CCB. Tier 1 capital, Tier 1 and CET1 including CCB. Right? So many times we have taken. I have answered this question so many times. CCB is 2.5%. CCB is counted on Tier 1 capital. Right? CCB is counted on Tier 1 capital. Kindly note, total Tier 1 capital. CET1 is as per RBI. It is 5.5%. Tier 1 is 7% as per RBI. Okay? And CCB, if you add it, it will become 2.5 extra. Okay? So it will be 9.5 in that case. Okay? Then next. Yeah. So CET1, if you add here, if you add CET1 with CCB, so it is 2.5 addition, 5.5 plus 2.5, 8%, 5 plus 6, 8%. Tier 1 plus CCB, 7 plus 2, 9%. Okay? Sorry, not 2.5, 7.2.5, 9.5%. Okay? Then one question was on, let me see, others. Other questions. One question was on some volatility was given. 64-day volatility was given and you are asked daily volatility. Here 64-day volatility was given. 64-day. You are asked daily volatility. Okay. So how to find this? See this 64-day volatility. Volatility was given something 60%, I think so. 60%. Find daily. Find daily. So it is very simple. 64-day equals to what? This 60% is 64 days is 60%, right? You have to find out daily. So what is the rule for 64 days? This volatility, everyone. Okay, find the square root of 64, that is 8. Okay, divide 60 by 8. Okay, so daily equals to 60. What is this 60 na? 60 upon 8. Square root of 64. Okay, so that will be the answer. 8 7 is 56, 7 point something. Got it? So that was asked one question. Anything more? More. Kindly post the questions, dear everyone. One more question. Let me see. Multiple capital charge. No. What is the maximum 81? That was one question. What is the maximum 81? Additional tier 1. So what is the maximum 81? Additional tier 1 is 1.5%. Okay? Additional tier 1 is 1.5%. Okay? Additional tier 1 maximum. Additional T1 is 1.5%. How are the paper? Everyone post the marks. Everyone post the marks. Okay? Post the marks, please. Post the marks. Yes. Next question. Anyone, any question more? Any more questions? See this. Yeah, I am getting this. Students are giving. What is this? Next. Altman Z-score. There was one question on Altman Z-score. Oh, Altman Z-score is favorite always. Altman Z-score. That 5 ratios. Altman. Okay, it is always there. 1.2a. Kindly note this. 1.2a plus 1.4b plus 3.3c plus 0.6d plus 1e. Kindly go through this. Altman Z-score, one question was there. Yeah. Altman Z-score was there. Then go through this without fail. Without fail, go through this. Then DDA, diamond dollar account was asked. Diamond dollar account. Diamond dollar account. I've got one more. Diamond dollar account. Diamond dollar account was asked. DDA. 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 Diamond dollar accounts. How many diamond dollar accounts can be opened? There are 5 diamond dollar accounts. Every person can open 5 diamond dollar accounts. That was the question. That should be a here. There are few rules of diamond dollar account. What are those? One is it can be opened by anyone who is dealing in rough and polished diamonds. Then 5 can be opened. Minimum number of years is 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years, and average export should be 3 crores. For last 2 years, average export should be 3 crores. So these are the 5 points. DDA, kindly write. I'll write it over here. DDA. Okay, DDA question was asked. 5 diamond dollar accounts, 2 years business, 3 crores average turnover. That much is enough. I think so. Only that much was asked. Okay, and rough and polished diamond. Then next, let me see. Let me see everyone. FCNR minimum period. FCNR minimum period. Minimum. So kindly note FCNR 1 year and maximum is 5 years. Maximum 5 years. Minimum 1 year, maximum 5 years. Okay. Then spot rate was asked. USD INR, some spot rate question. That is very easy. Okay. Nobody has posted. You have not posted the exact question. Only it is posted. Spot rate was asked. So spot rate was asked means what? Some numerical might be given. Okay, you will be able to solve this, I feel. Okay, spot rate is very easy to solve. Spot rate was asked. Then next was third. Then yeah, there was one question. Yeah, this spot rate. Now I've got the question on spot rate. See, it was asked that some day is given, then one holiday is given, and then you have to find out the spot rate. So it's very easy. Suppose Friday was given, I think so. Yeah. From February, 3rd February is given as a Friday. Then European Union, they have a holiday on 6th February. Then what will be the spot rate? Now that's very easy. You just add this Friday, 3rd February, you do the transaction, Saturday, Sunday holiday, 4th, 5th, and 6th is Monday. So that is holiday. So 7th. So it will be Friday, then Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you have to calculate from Friday, so Saturday, Sunday and Monday is a holiday. So it will be Tuesday and Wednesday. Your spot will be on Wednesday. Okay. Then one question was on NSFR. NSFR, one question was asked. NSFR, one question was asked. Paper was okay, I think so. It was not that tough. Okay, paper was okay. Any more? Everyone, kindly post the questions. NSFR was asked. NSFR. So what is the formula here? NSFR, they have not posted the right question. What is NSFR? I'll tell you. Here, NSFR means what? If it is asked, I don't know the question. Only it is posted that question on NSFR was asked. So NSFR equals to available stable funding, ASF, upon required stable funding. ASF upon RSF, required stable funding. Okay. NSFR is generally for long term, 1 year, and there is one more that's called as LCR. Okay, LCR. So that is HQLA upon 30 days withdrawal. 30 days withdrawal. Okay, cash withdrawal. So this is for short period. Okay, this is for short period. NSFR is ASF upon RSF. Okay, and LCR is HQLA upon 30 days. This is for the shorter duration. Next. Everyone post the questions, please. More questions. Others should also benefit. More questions. Anyone? What is this? Education purpose. This LRS was asked. Education. LRS. Yesterday only I took it, na? LRS. Education. So their limitation is not there. The 2,50,000 limitation is not there as per the request. Now there is a rule for this. If you have taken a loan from Indian bank, then the TCS is 0%. And if you have not taken the loan, then it is 5%. Clear? So loan 0% TCS. Okay? And no loan. Yesterday I took this. 5%. Yeah, revision. Okay. So there was one question on this one also. Then next. LCR was asked. That I've covered. Foreign exchange case study was asked. Obviously that will be asked because BFM paper is related to Forex. So what was it? Forex case study. Somebody is writing Forex case study was asked. BFM has complete module of Forex. So that will be definitely asked. What was it? What was that case study? See, one question I have got it. On the date of LC expiration, it is Sunday and next 3 working days is closed due to hurricane. Okay? Yes, here. Logic is simple. See, the question is LC expiry. Okay, it's happening on some day, X day. Okay, now that is Sunday. Okay, X day. That is Sunday, and then you have holidays further. Okay, then when will the expiry happen? Then expiry will happen when the bank reopens. Kindly note. Clear? Very clear about this. When will the expiry happen? Okay, when the bank reopens after the holidays, at that time the expiry happens. That is the rule of UCP only. Then what was the next question? One question was on TCS. I have already taken. This Hajj committee was asked, I think so again. Hajj committee. Okay, Hajj committee. That Hajj committee is full amount or as decided by the Hajj committee. Means LRS of 2,50,000 or Hajj committee was asked. Hajj committee. Okay, so this is basically LRS full amount, LRS or as given by the committee, means whatever is the minimum amount given by the committee. Least of this, least of this. Okay, lesser of these two. Full LRS amount or given by the Hajj committee, whichever is less. Okay, that was the question. Then next. Standardized approach. There was a case study. Basic indicator and standardized approach. Operations risk. So that already I have covered this, na? 15%. I think so here only I have covered it. Yeah, BI operational. This. Okay. So there was a question on this basic indicator approach. So it is standardized approach is having 3 percentages, right? 12, 15 and 18. 12, 15 and 18. And BIS is having 15%. Got it, everyone? Any more questions? I think so, yeah. What is LRS? Oh, who's this? What is LRS? Are you giving the exam this time or no? LRS is liberalized remittance scheme. Then Altman Z-score, it's already there. Here, it's not a time for explanation, dear. Now, okay. Altman Z-score is this 1.2a plus 1.4b plus 3.36 plus d plus e. This, okay. A ratios, you have to read this. Now, if I go on explaining, the paper analysis will stop over here. So, the ratios are given. You have to calculate this. Okay. These ratios, you will have to find out A, B, C, D. See this. C is EBIT. Okay. C is EBIT. EBIT upon total assets. D is your market value of the share upon total liabilities. E is your E is basically sales upon total assets. Okay. So similarly, you have to find out all the ratios. A is working capital, net working capital. B is reserves and surplus, R&S upon total assets. So this you will have to study now. Okay. Then what? Escrow this or what is LRS? Somebody is asking here at this moment. Very difficult. Chalo. Next. SMA 1. SMA overdue of 1 day to dash days. So SMA becomes 1. SMA 0 becomes from today 0 to 30 days. Okay. SMA 0. SMA 1 is 31 to 60 and then third one is 61 to 90. Okay. Then over, I think so. All have given these questions. That much is done. Chalo then, bye. Best of luck for your next paper. I'll be back again at 2 p.m. Okay. Chalo, bye and best of luck. Kindly give the test. Tests are available on Adda 24/7. If you have in the evening batch, kindly give the test.